Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Just a little heads up before we start the rest of this episode. I am having some connection issues right now. It is a freaking downpour outside. I didn't even know until I looked outside my window.
Well,
So I apologize. Yeah, it is a downpour, so hopefully the connection stays fucking strong here. Anyways, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm glad you guys are here. I also hope everybody is adjusting to the whole time change. Because just this morning, clocks went back an hour for fall. When fall
mhm.
hits, you gotta set your clocks back an hour. I am already tired, and because usually right now, technically it'd be 10:35 p.m. Eastern time. However, since we set our clocks back, it's 9:35. So I'm already getting tired.
Yeah, I had to get adjusted to it too, because it's like I woke up like an hour before my alarm and
You
stuff,
were
and
just like, oh, why am I up? Oh my god, who woke me up?
yeah, and I was like, I just woke up just by myself. Like nobody woke me up or anything. Like nobody was making noise out there or something. It's just I just woke up by my own accord, and it's just like I happened to look at the time. I was like, oh. Like, why the fuck did I get up then? It's like, then I just went back to sleep.
Oh my god. I got up 2 hours before my alarm, and then I went back to bed. I'm like, oh, I slept like 2 hours. I thought it was like, because I was supposed to get up at 6:30. I thought it was already like 5:30. I woke up at 4, and I'm like, oh, I got 2 hours, so I went back to sleep. But yeah, I am already tired, and this is terrible because now the sun goes down at like 4:35 in the evening up here.
Same here.
Uh, anyways, I hope you guys are adjusting. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. So just kick back, relax, enjoy the show. And shout out to all our UK viewers out there, including our friend Mac, because tonight's episode is about a UK rock group from the 90s. Yes, this is Oasis. So I have been a fan of Oasis since 2019. I found them through another radio station I used to listen to, known as Boom 1019, which is stationed over in Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. They have played a lot of Oasis when I was listening to them. They played Wonderwall, they played Champagne Supernova, and I think they even played Some Might Say. Um, that's how I found them. I found them through the radio, just like I do at most bands nowadays. You find them through the radio stations that you listen to. Um, I didn't become a full blown fan until 2020, when I literally became obsessed with them during the winter of 2020. This was like pre pandemic stuff. Um, I was like watching I didn't get to watch the documentary they had put out. It is on DVD. I do want to get my hands on it someday. But I did like look into them a lot. I've watched stuff about them on YouTube. I've listened to a lot of their music. I own a couple of their albums. I don't have any merch, like shirts or hoodies or anything like that yet. But I was a pretty big fan of them in 2020.
Right.
Now, with
Uh,
you, Daistro, I believe you told me that you only had listened to maybe two of their songs in the past.
yeah. It's like I have said to you before, like I'm kind of like I am a fan of them, but just like I'm not a full blown fan like some people are out there. It's like, yeah, for shaming, I know, get roast me in the comments, but it's like I think like over time I'll probably listen to more of it, but it's just not right now.
Right, like, that's okay. Like, we have all winter to fucking get into this group. So, this group was formed way, way back in 1991 in Manchester, England. It was formed by two brothers, Noel and Liam Gallagher. Now, I believe, if I am correct, Noel is the older brother of Liam. Um, man, these two are iconic as hell. You could tell that they're brothers. You could definitely tell that they're brothers just by looking at them if you see a picture of them on Google. They are classified in the following genres: Britpop, which I guess that's a genre. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that is.
They're classified as that. They're also classified as just regular plain Jane rock. And I personally classify them as indie rock. Now, because they don't have your typical rock sound, in my opinion, these guys were influenced by the Beatles growing up. So they
Mm,
kind of have that vibe to them of the Beatles. It's more of like a, I don't know, like I don't want to say angst vibe because that wouldn't be the right term to use here, but they
mm-hmm.
have more of like a more energetic vibe to them, a more of like
Right.
an aggressive vibe to them, like not super aggressive, like over the top aggressive. Like we're not talking grunge, we're talking just like a little bit of a kick of aggression. So yeah, I do classify them as indie rock, because they're not your typical rock sound for the '90s. '90s was all about grunge. If you guys remember us doing the episode about the '90s groups, you probably should check that out. By the way, a lot of grunge groups were mentioned there because grunge literally took over the '90s scene back in the day.
Mm, for sure.
Now, um, is there anything you'd like to add, Daisha, before I get into the albums?
Um, it's like it. I'm looking on Wikipedia because Wikipedia is my best friend right now. Um, like during the course of their existence, they had various lineup changes, with the Gallagher brothers remaining as the only staple members of the group until they you know split off.
Which we will get into in a little bit. Depressing part of
but
the episode.
but this is kind of like a little interesting tidbit. They had like a so they were signed to an independent records label in '93, and then they released their record-setting debut album, definitely maybe in '94. And then the following year they did "What's the Story, Morning Glory" in '95 with drummer Alan White in the midst of a chart rivalry with peers Blur.
Oh yeah, I remember the whole like war between Oasis and Blur.
It's like man, it's like even back then there was like bands just being like, okay, we're the better band. It's like, no, we're the better band and stuff.
The problem is I like both. I prefer Oasis
Hmm.
over Blur just because I'm more biased towards Oasis. I only know like one Blur song.
Yeah,
So,
is it the one that I'm thinking of?
woohoo.
Yep, song two. Yep. Yeah, I kind of figured that one.
I mean, like, come on. Oasis has more than one hit.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
gotta weigh
That's
your
true.
odds here. Like, so I guess yeah, they did have a rivalry. That's right. I probably should have put that in my notes. I forgot about that. Yeah. So you said chart topping kind of like rivalry, like a chart vibe, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's a chart rivalry with peers Blur, and then they spent 10 weeks at number one on the UK album charts with "What's the Story, Morning Glory," as well as an international chart success, and became one of the best-selling albums of all time. Which that's for true because it's still like being still like played on the radio today, and there's like vinyls coming back now, so it's like I mean it's gonna be their best-selling album of all time.
Oh, for sure. I actually own that album. Little story behind that. So back in May, I think I mentioned this in the other episode too. We just did recently about something. Back in May, I went to a garage sale just down the road from me. I picked up a whole bunch of CDs for 25 cents a piece. That was one of them. And I'm telling you right now, that's a fucking steal. You go on Amazon right now, which I'm gonna go ahead and do just to prove my point. Um, these sales, you go on Amazon, you're gonna pay double.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
again,
for
I paid
sure.
25 cents a piece for these CDs at the scratch sale. I got that one. I think I got Green Day. Um, this CD on
Hmm.
Amazon is 25 now.
That's a fucking ripoff.
Well, it's Amazon
That's a
actually. That's
ripoff.
literally it's from Amazon.com. It's not shipped from a third party. This is Amazon selling this CD for 25 bucks. This is because it is one of the most popular Oasis albums of all time. It is iconic. I'm so happy I got it for 25 cents and it's in like pristine condition, no scratches or anything.
Mm.
It's a big flex. Oh, gotta
Big
flex. Okay.
flex.
Just fucking put a fucking put a fucking animation of cartoon me flexing my non-existent biceps. Ugh.
And then there's just me.
Just goes from the fucking SpongeBob episode where they have the blow up muscles.
Oh yeah.
It fucking blows them up and they pop. I could just see that. Okay. Whew. Okay. So yes, definitely maybe came out in 1994. Record-setting album right there for Oasis. Until What's the Story? Morning Glory came out the following year in '95, which up to this day I believe is their most popular album.
Mhm.
Now, as time went on, they did release more albums. Be Here Now came out in '97. Standing on the Shoulder of Giants dropped in 2000. Heathen Chemistry dropped in '02. Don't Believe the Truth dropped in '05. And then their final album, Dig Out Your Soul, dropped in '08. The year
Mm.
before everything hit the fucking fan. Um, Now, they did release one more, and I have this one. It's called Time Flies, 1994 to 2009. This came out in June of 2010. I have this set. It's a 2 disc set. It's basically all of their hits from the time they started to the time they ended. I think I paid $15 for this on Amazon at the time. I'm glad I have it though. It has a lot of the good songs that I don't have, obviously on What's the Story? Morning Glory. Um, but yeah. So in 2009, Oasis officially kind of came to a standing halt. Brothers Liam and Noel just could not get along. Over the years, they had consistent fights backstage, even I believe on stage at one point. Things got physical, things got violent, shit was said, and eventually Noel ended up quitting Oasis in 2009. He released a statement on social media with the quotes, I can't work with him. I can't work with my brother any longer. He literally just could not work with his brother Liam another minute. And since that day, I don't think we've seen an interaction. I could be wrong. I don't think we've seen an interaction between these two brothers at all on social media since this day.
Which is crazy to think about too, because
Yeah,
it's like
everybody seems to always praise Liam, which I'm not the same way. I love Liam, but
it's just baffling to me that it's like they lasted a whole like 10 plus years together.
about 15 years together.
Yeah, on like the road and touring and just doing albums and all that stuff with that. And then it's just like all this time it's just like the one brother is just like I can't deal with your shit anymore and then just quits. Like and that's something that's kind of like unheard of nowadays. Like, there's various like lineups that happen to bands all the time. And it's like there's like, like Billy Talent, for example, there's been like one change up in the lineup, but that's it.
And it wasn't even because of drama, it was just because Aaron had a relapse of MS.
Right. And it's like, but he's still part of the band though. That's the good thing.
Yes, he still
It's like
works with the band consistently.
and like I don't know, like there's just some bands that are they they just need to be together for unity, and I think it's just because since like they both like were kind of like I guess butting heads or something like that. It's just like I guess like I could be wrong about that, but it's just like that's just crazy. It's just crazy to think about in general.
It is. And these are brothers. Like, these are blood. Like, this is your family. And the thing is, Liam, I follow Liam on Twitter. Liam has, like, been trying to, like, get someone to reach out to Noel to do, like, a reunion and stuff. And, like, come on, we need to do it one more time and that kind of thing. And it's just like, come
Mm.
on, Noel, quit being stubborn. Like, the Oasis fans, like, just need one more reunion. Then you can go back to hating your brother all you want. Like, just give the people what they want. Like, Oasis is a fucking god tier British rock group that paved the way for a lot of these other indie rock groups that came up. And up to this day,
Right.
like you said, Oasis is still played everywhere on the radio and Spotify and Pandora and all that stuff. And even
Hmm.
I think in commercials too. Like I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but I'm 90% sure they've been in commercials as well.
I think so. Yeah. Um, it's like they have this. It's kind of like you're thinking about like sibling rivalry or something like that. It's like I couldn't imagine like freaking Christmas at the Gallagher house.
Oh lordy, lord.
And it's just like they're like, "Oh hey Liam," and then it's like the next day, it's like, "Oh hey Noel." It's just like he just comes at a different time. It's like holy shit.
Oh man. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So in 2016, there was a documentary Oasis Supersonic. I want this so fucking bad. I have wanted this since my senior year of high school. I had my eyes set on it on Amazon. Never got it. At the time, money was tight. Money was tight at the time. I really want that fucking DVD. I want to get back into Oasis. Like I haven't taken the time to really get back into being obsessed with Oasis because I'm still on my roll with Billy Talent now, and like that's just like my main go-to music. It's just Billy Talent nowadays. But yeah, I so badly want to see that documentary. I haven't even seen a trailer for it. I gotta look for a trailer of it. I need to see it. Um,
It's it's a real good trailer.
I gotta find it. Okay, so another thing, I guess we could discuss their awards that I have written down here. They have won a total of 45 awards since they have been a group, with 90 nominations in total.
It's crazy.
They were nominated for 3 Grammy Awards. They never won a Grammy, though.
I think well they should have.
They
They
fucking
should.
should have.
It and it's funny because it's like you know how like some bands like have influences behind their like their music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like so I'm looking on Wikipedia and so it says musically Oasis have been regarded as a rock, Britpop, and power pop band.
Okay.
But it says Oasis were mostly influenced by the Beatles, like you said, an influence that was frequently labeled as an obsession by British media. But it says in addition, members of Oasis have cited the Bee Gees, David Bowie, the Buzzcocks, the Damned, the Doors, Bob Dylan, Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac, Jimi Hendrix, the Jam, Joy Division, the Kinks, the Lost, Led Zeppelin, MC5, New Order, Nirvana, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, Sex Pistols, Slade, Small Faces, The Smiths, The Stooges, The Stone Roses, U2, T-Rex, The Velvet Underground, The Verve, The Who, and Neil Young as an inspiration or influence. Holy crap, that's a lot. that I
That
just
is a lot.
that's a lot that I just said.
They are a definitely a fucking powerhouse of a British group. And to hear that they were influenced by so many of these big groups from the 60s and 70s, that's huge. And even the 90s, like fucking Nirvana. Like, and as Canada would say it, Nirvana. Like, that drives me nuts.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. No, it's Nirvana. Um,
Nirvana.
and you too, even like you two started in the 80s. Like, oh my god, that is incredible to hear that they were like influenced by all these freaking groups. Like, I grew up around a lot of these groups, even Jimi Hendrix. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Um, and it's funny because like like the Who and Pink Floyd and like Rolling Stones, Sex Pistols, like holy shit, like
Holy
that's pretty
fuck.
good.
Yeah.
It, it's funny that they put Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac too. like like wow.
Now, here is our question to wrap up Oasis. When you think of Oasis, what song comes to your mind first?
Wonderwall.
Obviously. Now, for me, I have a completely different answer. I'm going to discuss a little bit about this song. It's actually going to be tonight's song of the night as well. Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis is one of the only songs that you will hear Noel sing alone. Usually, most of these Oasis songs, it's Liam with the lead vocal. This particular song, it's with the lead vocals. Now, Don't Look Back in Anger. When did this song drop? This song dropped in 1995. It's from the legendary album What's the Story, Morning Glory. Again, one of the only songs you're going to hear Noel sing. This song actually was nominated for a Brit Award for Song of the Year. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It became Oasis' second single to reach #1 on the UK singles chart, earning a quadruple platinum sales certification in the UK. It is also the first Oasis single with lead vocals by Noel, which originally Noel had only sung lead vocals on B-side tracks instead of his brother Liam. Now, out of all the Oasis songs that exist, Noel has only sung lead vocals on 6 other singles, not including Don't Look Back in Anger, so that'd be 7. So he's only sang on 7 songs by Oasis.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy to think about. And because like I'm so used to hearing Liam sing in Oasis, but when you hear Noel, like it's actually pretty good. Like it's Don't Look Back in Anger is one of my favorite Oasis songs. And it's like the first song I think of when it comes to Oasis. Not only that, I've had that song stuck in my head for a little while. It's just a really good song with a really good message. Oh my god. Now I want to see. I'm surprised that did not win. The award that I was just talking about. I'm very, very surprised.
For the
Song of the
nominee.
Year. Yeah. I'm very fucking surprised. Now, again, this came out in 1995. I'm trying to think, how do I want to describe the message to this song? Now, here it is.
This is, I was going to say, this is gonna be like my own
Personal take.
personal take on this. It's like, don't look back in anger. It's like I think it's kind of like, don't hold a grudge against somebody, because then you will be in anger a lot, and it's like, it's like, don't like look back on the past and be angry in the past. That's what I'm kind of getting, but it's like it could be like a grudge sort of thing situation then, like that I can think of, but it's probably something way totally different than that.
Yeah, I'm looking at meanings right now on songmeanings.com. Here's the context of this song. The guy was with, because in the song they mentioned the girl named Sally. This guy was with Sally, but is now with a new girl. Basically, what it is, yeah, pretty much move on. Like, don't necessarily get over, but like move on. Don't look back. Like, don't be angry at what happened. Just move forward and be thankful that you're still alive, and just know that you are strong. And it is a good song. It's a good song with a good message like that. And I like songs like that. I am a sucker for positivity songs. Even though the song may seem sad. Like when I first listened to it the full way through, I thought it was a sad song. But like after I looked at it from a different perspective, it kind of is like a brighter song. Basically just kind of like a move on, don't throw your life away for one person kind of thing. And it kind of suits what's going on in my life right now. So, with that said, that wraps up Let's Talk Oasis. This episode's going to be a little bit shorter than our usual ones. I apologize, but some episodes are short, and that's okay. Sometimes you gotta keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So yes, tonight's song of the night is Don't Look Back in Anger from the album What's the Story, Morning Glory. So if you guys are interested in hearing that tonight, be sure to click on the top right-hand corner of the video when the link pops up. Should be closer to the end of the episode. So yeah. Now, a couple things. Actually, probably only one thing because I don't really have anything else to discuss. But our next episode, our very next episode for this Thursday, we're bringing back Debate Hour.
The debate hour.
Debate Hour. This is probably going to be one of the best debate hours we've done since the Sammy and David Lee Roth episode. We are putting two vocalists head to head. Bon Scott versus Brian Johnson. Both AC/DC vocalists going head to head in this debate hour. This is going to be fucking amazing.
And it's like, I kind of know my answer already, but
Me too.
it's like we'll get, you know, it's like even though, like, yes, we have been listening to the AC/DC albums and stuff of that lately. It's like I kind of know my answer. It's like it's kind of like a writing on the wall sort of thing. Like, you know, it's like okay, I know who I'm gonna go with, because it's like, you know, it's like, but you guys have to wait and find out on Thursday who we think is the best vocalist for AC/DC.
Now, if you guys know us well enough, AC/DC is one of our favorite groups of all time. We talk about them frequently on this channel. Eventually, we're going to be doing breakdown episodes. Yes, and that. We're going to be doing breakdown episodes for almost every single album. We are currently in the process of listening to every single album known to man for AC/DC. I think tonight we're doing Rock or Bust.
Yeah.
I am a little nervous about. But, because we just did Ball Breaker, and I'm not going to give any details of what we think about these albums just yet, because we're saving that for future breakdown episodes. So we just got through Ball Breaker. We've done quite a few of them so far. But yeah, so Thursday, debate hour, Bon Scott versus Brian Johnson. We're putting them head to head. Let's do this. I'm excited. It is definitely a good episode to do. I'm glad my brain thought of this sooner. I'm excited. I am super fucking excited. But yes, that is going to be it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed tonight's episode, be sure to give us a fucking like. And if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Go follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to our link tree, which has everything there you guys need, such as Dystro's gaming YouTube channel, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. I think that I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but be sure to go follow us on social media to keep up to date with the podcast in case something goes wrong and we can't upload that night, and just in general. So yeah, that's it. Be sure to go listen to tonight's song of the night by clicking on the top right-hand corner of the video. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys this Thursday. Peace.
Peace.